Hey everyone, Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing a movement speed blades Merris build on Darkness 100. It's pretty sweet. I just did it on the Steam Deck. It works great and it's fun and it's kind of hilarious. Since we are now able to, with all our extra stash space, like separate stuff, I've been like moving like luck and cast and special ability stuff around, like dragons things or things that have extra spell counts or what have you, attack based items, luck items. So I've started, I'm sorry, there was a cat in the room. So I've started playing around with some other stuff. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you guys the talent tree, then I'm going to show the gear, and then we're going to go into the run, and hopefully we get it because we're going to be using 3 specific gods. We're going to be using Crom, Legong, and Time. And we have slightly less dice because of the gear we're using, so hopefully I can get all of those, but I'm going to try and make it work. But anyways, let's go over the talent tree first. All right, so we're using the typical extra alteration dice. We're using extra cast damage, 1 point into summon damage here, 1 point into summon slots. We don't care about those, but we need that to get to the green tea talent that gives you 10% movement speed. We don't care about summons. We might pick up blood swords at some point, but they don't matter. We're going to max out Astral Warp. We're going to take max cooldown reduction, Bookworm, because it's just a decent bit of damage if you have your full library. If you don't have all the books collected, then don't bother with it. Put that extra point into cast damage or something. We're going to max out Channel because we're not attacking. We're going to max out Esoteric Flow because it's one of the most broken talents in the game. It's going to give us free casts. We're going to take Twin Cast because that also gives us free casts. And we're going to take Telekinesis so we have extra pull area and extra cast damage because of our pull area. Makes sense? Cool. All right, now we go on to our gear. Now, there's a couple important things with this. We're using multi-head for extra cast projectiles. And because we're playing difficulty 100, if you start with this weapon, because it does like no damage, you need some way to defeat enemies at the start. Alternatively, since I do not have that in this gear, you need XP gain, which we have a little bit of. So that's kind of important. So we have like 0.5 XP gain. So it's going to be rough at the very beginning, but we'll get there. So we're using the important things for this build. Free Spirit for 16% movement speed. Evasion's nice, but whatever. And Flying Carpet for 10% movement speed. And now, the moving through Black Fires was not working for me earlier. I don't know if it's bugged right now or not, but it didn't seem to be functioning. I'm using a 2 cast projectile count on my head. You could switch this out with a few other items. More HP, more max HP, or life 1 kill. You could switch it out with the Queen of Worms if you wanted to, but I prefer this one. I'm using Nomad in the Dune for cooldown reduction and XP gain as well. It's also less total max life, but we're kind of going in hard with this one. We're using Waste. It's the best belt in the game. It's not really close, just use it. I'm using this ring for extra legend offers, XP gain, and life regen. The life regen covers the negative life regen from waste. XP gain, like I said before, we have to have that to actually level up, get our first level. And legend offers are nice because there's things we want like God of War, Gem High, and Second Bolt. Cast damage is obvious. Cast damage projectiles. Shard pull. You could actually change this out with probably a higher shard pull gloves and it might be better, but I'm just using this because it's what I have. And then dash distance, dash recharge speed. You could also switch this one out with more max HP, but what you're going to find is that we're going to hit so many shrines that you don't really need to. So I'm going to get into it. I'm also switching to controller for this because this one's a lot about movement, and I think it makes more sense to be dashing around here. Like, analog movement is a little bit better than like WASD, in my opinion. So, okay, I'll take dash damage. Getting a dark sphere here is pretty nice. We'll take life on hill, I think. Again, we just have to survive. So the first thing we want is blades, 100%. We don't have too many choices here. We only have 9 alteration dice, so we have to make it hit. So because we're low on alteration dice compared to what I normally get, I am going to go ahead and settle for lightning bolts just so we're actually getting kills. It's not what I want, but I will settle for it because it locks us in to one of the gods that we're after. We can heal. Luck is okay here, but not too great, what I found. So it's a lot of dodging at the start. Oh, just a second. I need to turn off rumble. That's gonna get annoying. So what I found was that the only place that this is really concerning, as far as survival wise, was the insect mages, just because you know, they do a lot of damage. If you happen to get unlucky with their spawn and you haven't gotten good shrines, then bad things can happen. All right, so now we really need to find blades. We just need something that does damage, and we will reroll for it, and I will take it at expert or master. Okay, we'll take God of War and hope we live. That's the plan. That's the plan. God of War is so good, it's worth taking. However, this likely gets us killed. I'm just saying that right now. It's a very greedy choice to take, especially while we were already on fire. Because we're just not getting XP. Yeah, we're just gonna die, which is fine. Like, that's how this happens. Well, maybe. We're at 1 HP. It's the problem with not having the life on kill stuff. Also, we just didn't do any damage. Okay, so... Alright, finally, after so many attempts, the game has given us blades on our first level. And master blades. Now, however, the downside is we only have 2 alteration dice, and we want to hit Legong and time, so this is going to be tricky. Well, we got time, so that's nice. I'm gonna take warped attack just to get it out of, just to get an attack out of the pool. And now all we need is Lei Gong. I have re-rolled like, I don't know, the like 7 runs now of just getting everything but. All right, come on. Lei Gong and 2 alteration dice. We'll take blades. We have 1 more dice. That's unfortunate. So we're gonna need some healing because I got hit a couple times at the intro here. But what you're gonna find is that blades does an enormous amount of damage. And the way it works is because there can only be so many blades on screen at one time, it starts coalescing damage. If the blades never catch up to you, that damage never resets. Oh boy, okay, well. Okay, there's still a chance. Let's reroll and try and get high level force, which is what we want. Ideally, we'll take vortex. Vortex is good defensively. I would have also accepted ball lightning or charge. Any of those skills is good. Okay, that's a nice heal. Again, we will get healing from shrines. We just got to get there. Oh, please, dice. Please. Okay, 2 dice. That's fine. That gives us a chance to get back to Lei Gong. It's really just getting this build off the floor that's the difficult part. Winter, you're not it. I mean, winter would probably be... Oh, please don't do me like this. Okay. Okay, this is not exactly the plan, but this works. And the reason this is gonna work is because instead of having the extra movement speed and double cast, which is what I wanted Lei Gong for, we're gonna get the extra big blades from cast area up from Justice, plus the healing from Inner Peace. So, you know, whatever. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, but we're doing it. All right. That said, we're not taking light rays, and I am banishing it now to get it out of my pool before I take it. We have room for 2 power slots. I'm going to take Reprisal. I think Reprisal is just a good defensive ability. I would actually say that this build is probably even safer. As far as I know, this is still bugged. By the way, the harp, so you can take the sacrifice a blessing and get the full bonuses. Now, at some point that's going to change. That shrine does nothing for us. These all also do nothing for us. We'll take Warp. I mean, War Pact's actually good. It does damage. Taste of Time is decent unless we get First Strike, but we're probably not going to do that. I don't want Time Field either. We just take Taste of Time. It goes well with Rupture. It unfortunately just doesn't do that much damage. Blood Swords is fine. It's another way to apply Rupture. Realistically, at some point in this run, we will hit Hemorrhage, which will increase our damage done. Power. So this is the Power Shrine. I think for this one, you're supposed to just take Power Duration. Because if you take Alteration Ritual, I think we take Luck here. Normally I would take status damage. But seeing as we have Reprisal as a defensive function, it makes more sense. I kind of hate that I did the whole intro about doing this with those 3 gods that I talked about, and then we weren't able to hit what we wanted. But it is a roguelike. It's about pivoting. Unlike a typical action RPG, you can't always get what you want, but you can normally focus on one type of thing. All right, we want extra heals. 100%. There's Hemorrhage. We wouldn't take that. We can get Blades anytime. Plus, getting Hemorrhage out of the pool means we're closer to God of War, which is like a big deal. You don't need God of War. This will do enough damage by itself, but it will help. This build's all about just running and not getting hit, or getting hit as little as possible. And then hopefully at some point you hit gem high is the goal. We take Vortex here. It's not very exciting, but it is somewhat effective sometimes, potentially. It's not great. I think cooldown reduction's the pick here. That one's close. XP gain's nice. So, oh, it worked that time. Okay, whatever. Wasn't working on Steam Deck. Not sure why. It's a little inconsistent. It could have been because I had Ball Lightning when I did the run. That definitely said 600,000, right? I'm not wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the number. From what I've seen, this is about this build is how you get the actual highest damage numbers in the game currently. But you do have to avoid all the blades. Let's take Reprisal too. Just taking Reprisal helps so much because it cuts off all the potential like flamethrower type shenanigans. It's good against some of the bot, like it's good against the Jinn. Obviously good against the cats. It's just good. And then we're just gonna like cruise around and try and heal back to full. Like that's the real goal. We want to get what we really want is like the alligator shrines. Oddly enough. And here we really want gem high. We also really want force, but I'd rather have force at like expert at least. I'll take more cooldown reduction, that's fine. That's the other thing we're missing too. From Legong is cooldown reduction, which like it gives us cooldown reduction and movement speed, which is really why that's the other thing you want to go with. Like that plus getting gem high ends up being crazy. All is good here, unironically. And dash recharge speed is pretty nice. There's our full heal. Your dash has a 15 chance for poison nova. It's fine, though not great. We're really looking for, I think it's the alligator shrines. It's the ones that give 10 armor and 10 health. Those are like the best. Like they're not common shrines, but I guess you call them uncommon. They're just good stats that will help us out greatly, that you can expect to find regularly, although we're getting really unlucky. Master blessing damage or master, we want master offers. Because we don't have gem high yet, this is unbelievable. I'm just gonna take alteration ritual now. Because it can hit pandemonium, which is nice. I don't want to like spend a bunch of points in alteration ritual though, because the problem with that is alteration ritual is such a good ability that it can turn any run into an alteration ritual run, and then that's just it, and that's the run, and you're like, whatever you were doing before is irrelevant. So the cursed here is gonna be fine for a minute, and then he's just gonna die. You'll see in a second. Oh no, he actually survived longer than I thought. Okay, there's God of War. That's nice. I will pick up some loot. Probably nothing good, but we can always cross our fingers. At least we have space for it now. On that shrine, you always take negative. You don't always, but I think normally I take negative, or the status resistance. The problem is with this build, you definitely want movement speed, dash cooldown, and cooldown reduction. Like you just want everything else on that shrine. So like, don't really have a choice. So we'll just keep on moving, keep on running around, doing stuff, having fun. I'm just chilling. I'm excited. Going on vacation soon with the wife. Maybe by the time this video comes up. Oh, Vortex, Reprisal, Alteration Ritual, Curiosity. Ooh, Curiosity might make it worth it. The only problem is we can't hit it again. I'm gonna take Piety. So the problem with it is we would not be able to find it off of Alteration Ritual once we took it. All right, this one is a level versus, now let's take 35 life. We have Inner Peace. It's that's like the difference there. If we didn't have Inner Peace, I'd probably take a level. And we still have a lot more Blades levels to go. This guy, Crocodile, yeah, 10 max HP, 10 armor, goes crazy. But yeah, vacation with the wife. Also, I found out recently that she has not seen any of the Blade movies, and I'm excited because I convinced her that we're gonna watch all of them together, and they are fantastic. Well, to varying degrees, but I think they will be enjoyable. I'll be like, yeah, I think 1 and 2 are, 1's great, 2's really, really good. Like 2's the best one, and then 3's not very good, but it will be fun with Ryan Reynolds, and the amount of quotes from those movies are just outrageously good. Like how How motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill hasn't found its way stuck in my vocabulary is honestly astounding. Probably because I saw it too young. All right, cast area finally shows up. There we go. We're cruising now. I mean, I'm like, I think we're pretty good. We're still missing stuff. We're still missing gem high. We're still missing like 5 levels of blades, 7 levels of blades, which is hilariously bad, but it doesn't matter. We did pick up the shrine. We did pick up the shrine that gives you the chance to get the Justice Dash effect, the extra movement speed on dash, which is really good. Like really, really good. I can't stress that enough. I will take Curiosity Expert, actually. As odd as that is. Also, having no Banish dice really sucks. Banish dice are a weird thing in this game, because like, I think the less you play, the worse they are. Like, the newer you are to the game, the worse Banish dice are. The longer you've played, the better they are, to a significant degree. To the point where I still think I'd rather have alteration dice. However, I think alteration dice are like basically even. Because after after you found like the first 2 gods you want, I would rather just have Banish dice. There's gem high. All right, now we get silly. So one of the good things about this build is you can actually outrun the cast. I'm a little slow here because we didn't go with Lei Gong. If I hadn't gone with Lei Gong, gone with Lei Gong, we could actually just run in one direction and outrun the blast. Because we didn't, we're a little slower, so I'm having to time my dashes. But the benefit still remains, right? You might also notice there's loot on the ground with no name. I'll take Pandemonium now, it's fine. That is because of the loot filter that was recently added. If you didn't see my other video going over the recent updates, or you haven't played the game, there's a big quality of life update, there's a loot filter, there's multiple builds, there's extra stat spaces that you saw at the beginning of this video. It's pretty great. There's a balance patch coming out at a month from now. Like, I'll take Lifeline, sure. Coming out September 1st, I believe. We'll take 10% movement speed. Enemies can move faster for 2 minutes. So I can move faster for the rest of the run. And that balance patch should have a bunch of stuff in it. It might have some new abilities. It's on the roadmap. It's exciting. It's also going to have like procedurally generated waves, so the game's going to be less consistent. More roguelike, I guess you could say. So that's super exciting. Not to toot my own horn here, but as like the Death Must Die guy on YouTube, one, it's pretty hype for the channel, right? Like that's good for me. It's good for my channel, but also I do just genuinely love this game. So I'm very excited for these updates. Yeah, where it's gonna be a blast. And then we have you know, Act 3 coming in a couple months, assumedly, which is you know, look, it's not D2 Act 3 like the Cure asked, but I'm not saying it's not the Cure asked. I don't have any inside info. Like, I don't have anything. The devs don't give me like any like secret information on that stuff. But based on what we've seen so far, there are hints to be a jungle themed thing, plus a new god, plus a new class. Like it's, I'm very happy right now with the state of the game. Like they have taken a long time to update things, admittedly, for sure. I mean, it's looking like Act 3 is probably gonna come out like about a year after early access launch. However, if you look at where the game was, like you have to go way back and look at some of my videos. If you look at where the game was at launch, as far as like systems and whatnot, versus where it is now, you can see the... Okay, well, Insect Queen got melted. Wait, what did I just find? Is this new? Is this new? Have I been missing? Have I been missing a unique this whole time? And have I been missing an Act 2 unique? The tooltip? This can't be new. This must have already been in here. Also, the tutorial how to attack. No, I think this was already one. I just hadn't found it. Okay, whatever. I do think I am missing one other one. I knew that I was missing like one unique for Scotty, but anyway. Oh, hey, blades upgrade. That's nice. Anyways, back to my previous train of thought. The actual core of this game is becoming something quite a bit more ambitious, but I don't even know if I want to use the word ambitious because it's kind of better than that. Like it's not even ambitious now, it's more reality, and that's that it's a roguelike, but it's an ARPG. It's probably the only game that's like threading that line between, you know, truly the difference between a Diablo, Path of Exile, Last Epoch style thing versus, you know, a Vampire Survivors type game. And that's exciting that no game has really, you know, truly done. Okay, well, I don't really know why I just kept taking master offers. I should have just taken master damage there, but it's whatever. So the funny thing about this is that Blades isn't even maxed out yet. And it's just actually cutting things up. I think we could reroll now. Let's banish warped attack first of all. I'll take Eclipse, sure. The only problem with Eclipse is it makes it a lot harder to dodge the blades. So, as I was mentioning earlier, how their damage kind of coalesces, it becomes a lot more difficult to allow that to happen when, you know, they're the size of, you know, they're greater, they're greater than the size of basically any enemy in the game. I would also appreciate if the game were to hit me with, Blades upgrades. Also, I realize that we can't take Force because we took the other powers, which was a mistake, but it's okay. That just means that there's variety to this. So in the run I did previously to this one, I was running Legong instead of Justice, and I had Force, and I had Ball Lightning. Okay, now we'll take that. I was like, how come Force isn't showing up? It's like, oh, well, I'm power capped. Awkward. Very awkward. I do think, if I'm being honest, as far as something that I'd like to see, on the talent tree, I kind of feel like there should be a general line for every character. that's maybe separate from the class trees. I mean, I don't want them to add a whole nother talent tree, but having a completely separate like row so that you could play certain characters a certain way if you'd like to would be interesting, in the sense of like, oh, you know, strike damage Merris or something. But in addition to that, what if you had fatality? Fatality doesn't do anything here. I'll take it, but whatever. I'm gonna finish my point here in a second as soon as I get to it. Although I may have lost it. What if you had the ability to alter the number of slots you had, like, for each character slightly in that like side talent tree? It's just a thought I was having earlier when I was like looking at builds and stuff. Okay, wow, we're just like getting fairly unlucky with our level. I guess I should have taken level up offers from some of those shrines. I didn't think getting to 10 blades was going to be a problem. Take a reroll here. But whatever. Also, apologies if I haven't been looking at the camera enough. I'm getting used to this. I'm going to be doing a little more like on-camera recordings now that I have the standing desk. Let's go like this. And I got to get used to like doing both, you know, like looking at the game and looking at the camera and looking at the game and looking at the camera and, you know, all that stuff. It's also good for the channel as much as, you know, don't worry, sometimes there's just going to be faceless nonsense where I just want to sit down and chill and, you know, pants off gaming type of stuff. Can we please have blades upgraded? What is happening? All right, Dash has a huge up. Level 5 blades. Yeah, blades definitely goes to level 10. So I don't know. This is where not having a bunch of banishes really sucks. I should have been banishing stuff from I guess but again, it doesn't matter. Like if the genie's gonna die, right? The Jinn he's going to explode. So it's mostly irrelevant. Take energy missiles, whatever, doesn't matter. Again, the joke is we don't want any other casts because, okay, more level up offers. Because that way we're always casting more blades. Obviously, it's a little bit better when their blades are level 10. But, oh man, if we had one more banish dice, we could banish that from Justice, and then we couldn't find any more of those. Okay, Vortex, sure. Sure, why not? Yeah, taking Alteration Ritual was a mistake earlier, but that's alright. Because Force goes so well with Master, like, with the Infinite Pull build. Okay. And again, I'm using a controller so I can just move around more freely. I'll take movement speed here. And I think this is about to do it. See how long the Jinn takes here. Longer than he should. That's what I'll say. Much longer than he should. He should already be dead. There we go. Free loot! Free loot! Alright. Well, you know, wasn't what I had planned, but it worked out, right? Fine. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. I mean, look, I got like little, You can't see it, but it's like a Yuji and a Megumi from Jujutsu Kaisen. Things didn't go according to plan for them, if you've been reading the manga, so if you know, you know. 36k DPS on Blades isn't bad for level 5. Put more points in a Vortex, which is outrageous. Also, level 5 Radiance from Alteration Rituals fighting. Let's see if we got any decent loot. At least now we have space to save it. We did get a full thing. This is trash. Also, the stat weight is very, very odd. Also on a jewel. These are different. This did not show up before. Some other things in the background have changed since the patch. Some weird things. Just note. Seems like some of the stuff they have already ready to implement in the next patch snuck into this one. I'll definitely say that. All right, trash. Yeah, like life on hit wasn't a thing on jewels. Trash. We got the tooltip. Trash. Status damage on, okay, maybe there's a status damage build here coming soon. That's a lot of attack damage on a headpiece. And duration though, I don't know if I want that. Evasive maneuvers, summon damage, jewel, maybe. Cast projectiles. Okay, there's stuff here. I don't know, I'll go through it later. Let's see, none of that's like super exciting though. Let's see if there's anything here. We have a half moon. We have a half moon, although I don't need a half moon relic, I have that. Half moon is one of the dumber things you can do. We have a decent bow. I do have a better one, although this has duration on it. Might come back to it. We have a revival weakness chest piece. It's all pretty tame here. But yeah, anyways. Well, let me know if there's anything special you guys want to see. Otherwise, I'm going to mess around with some goofy builds for the next month, like here and there, like 1 or 2 a week, probably, as I'm playing some other games. If you haven't seen the demo, and you like board games, check out the video I have either posted yesterday or the one I'm posting after this, which is of Battle Trains, because that game's fantastic. But anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. I'll see y'all next time. Jeff out. Later.